Hello, my sweet friends. Shurma here. A very warm welcome to you, and I'm so glad you chose to stop by. Today, I'm going to share with you how to create roses on a wreath in One Stroke Deco art style. The materials needed for today's project are all listed over here. To start with, I have a white watercolor paper 10.5 centimeters by 16 centimeters in size, and it has a pale yellow stencilled background, and you can see some pencil lines in a semicircular fashion, and they are the guides of the wreath on which I would be creating the roses. And the inner part of the wreath is stark white, and here it is only half the wreath. So I'm still undecided on the inner part of the wreath, but around it I would be creating pretty roses. So here is the palette for the painting. I have golden yellow, permanent rose, acrylic white, and a flat brush number 6, which I'm loading with permanent rose, golden yellow, and acrylic white. And this is multi-loading of the brush in One Stroke Deco art style of painting. And I blend the colors well, and it will help me achieve great results. So here, before I go on to make the roses, I pick up my flat brush number 4 and permanent rose, acrylic color, and I'm just making a very loose form of the rose. So this is how I create the base of the rose. After that, I pick up my flat brush number 6 and I load it with golden yellow, permanent rose, and white. And I start creating the petals of the rose. Since the golden yellow, when it mixes with white, becomes really pale, so not much of the rose is visible at this point of time. But as I go ahead in the painting, you will see it more prominently. Now I was working on 2 roses simultaneously and I lost a bit of the footage. But no worries, there is a third rose which you will see in a bit, and that would be right from scratch, so you can follow the method of making the rose. Now all the roses which I would be creating here are very similar, not much of a difference. So if you follow one, you can follow all. In order to create variation in the color of the petals as we go from the inner section to the outer section, we can have different proportions of yellow, permanent rose, and white on the flat brush number 6, and that will help you to create variations in the colors of the petal. So here I am going over the petals again and trying to see what else I can do to make them more prettier. I'm trying to add more highlights to the first 2 roses. There are more in the making and you will see them very soon. So here is some overlapping of the inner petals. These are tricky, but once you get the hang of it, they are easy. But they are definitely a joy to make, and that is the beauty of One Stroke Deco art style of painting. Alright, so here is the third rose in the making. Here you will be able to follow all the steps one by one. The middle section of the wreath which you see is looking a bit odd at this point of time, and I'm still thinking what to do over there. Before I thought I could add a sentiment, but now I think I don't want to do that. But I'm still wondering what exactly to create over there that will make the wreath look complete. When I was in school, I came across a very beautiful poem, and that is long, long back, but it has stayed with me ever since. You know why? Because it echoes similar kind of sentiments as the ones which I am feeling right now about the center of the wreath. I want to do this, I want to do that, but I'm not sure which one to do. So let me share the poem with you. Maybe I'll find a solution. It is The Road Not Taken by the famous poet Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. I love this poem. Do you know what it really means? Here, the road symbolizes our life and the path that we don't choose, and that is the road not taken. The choices we make in life are very important and make significant impacts on our future. So we should be wise enough while making decisions in our lives. Well, I think I have found the solution, but you will see it in a bit. Right now it's time for the leaves. I have deep green, olive green, bamboo green, yellow acrylic and white acrylic on my palette. And I have a flat brush number 6 which I am loading with deep green and bamboo green and a bit of white. And I'm blending the colors well. So here again I'm loading the brush with 3 colors, that is multi-loading of the brush. But before I go on to make the leaves, I've gone ahead and picked up a liner brush and I've dipped it in deep green, and I'm trying to just color around the petals of the roses, and that will bring them to the foreground. Here are One Stroke Deco art leaves in the making. Here I'm using a flat brush number 6. I have deep green or olive green and white for certain leaves and some others which you will see in a moment. I have also used yellow in combination with the greens, and that creates a huge difference. Now, if you're new to One Stroke Deco art style of painting, or you would like to refresh your stroke skills, then I would encourage you to please visit my past videos, and I would be dropping some of the links in the description box below. So here I'm also using a bit of burnt umber along with bamboo green. Do you see them? Here I'm trying to keep those pencil lines which I showed you in the beginning of the video as the guide for the wreath. And I'm just painting around that. There you go. Can you see the yellow on green? So these leaves are very different from the burnt umber and the dark green leaves. And they make a happy bunch. What do you say? Right? So here are some little stems sticking out of the wreath. And I've used burnt umber on a liner brush to create those. So here is the solution for that middle part of the wreath which was looking empty. I went ahead and dropped some more of pale yellow in the middle, and then I have started creating a rose over here, and it is on similar lines as the first three. Here are a couple of rose buds. I am simply trying to fill in the space. Some leaves here. Here are little ferns. I have created them all around the wreath. You will see in a bit. After this, I go ahead and create the center of the flower with a liner brush and golden yellow acrylic. So the dilemma which I was facing in the beginning of the video has been solved, and I found a solution to this problem. Thanks to the universe for helping me out. Once the painted panel was done, I went ahead and mounted it on a pale yellow note card and added a sentiment. And that's a wrap on today's project. I hope you enjoyed watching me paint the roses on a wreath in One Stroke Deco art style. Please follow me on my social media handles, and it would be a great pleasure to be in touch with you. We'll be back soon. Till then, stay tuned. Bye-bye.